Hey, this is the Entertainment Advice Channel. What I want to talk about today is a topic of is there anything wrong with materialism in entertainment? Whether it's TV shows, movies, music, with music being the thing I'll use as an example for this video, is there anything wrong with it? Okay? And that is what I'll be discussing for this video in a simple and straightforward way so anyone can understand it, okay? So now I mentioned that, let's get started. So when it comes to the question of is there anything wrong with materialism in entertainment, the simple answer to that question is no. There is nothing wrong with materialism in entertainment, okay? And there's two reasons why, which I'll be getting to for this video. And the first reason why I would say there's nothing wrong with materialism in entertainment, which these people tend to always use the argument, is that it makes it more likely people are going to commit crime. And I have to say that's complete bullshit. And the reason why I say that's complete bullshit is that the reason why is that people, just like another video I posted some time ago talking about, of course, you know, the idea that people are more likely, through watching violent media to be violent, and how to debunk that because literally people have been exposed to violent media for decades now, through the media, of course, and no one has, and we haven't really seen that much more of a spike in violence. When it comes to materialism, it's the same thing, okay? Because for mainstream society, okay, mainstream society, which the majority of us, of course, living in North America and let alone the West, for that matter, are of course, middle class. We have not seen a huge spike in the amount of people want to be criminals and so on and so forth just because they watch, maybe music videos, like rap music videos to be more exact, talking about they want a higher life and this and that. Not really that much. We haven't seen a huge influx of crime. So this whole idea that it's going to make there be a huge amount of crime is complete bullshit. And it's the same talking points that they've been making for decades. Materialism destroying this generation and this and that. And it has not really done it at all. It's just, and I bet a lot of those people who say that stuff are the same type of people in school. Like those people, and a lot of them predominantly are women, who people will tell you, please don't say everything around her. And the reason why they say that is because she's known for telling people off. And yeah, those type of people, the people who try to tell people off for everything, and to the point it gets annoying. It's annoying, and sometimes they might have to straight up misinterpret what the people say. As well as the fact that they think just because they get good marks in school and they've been around a few people who have committed crimes, that they know how the world works and everything to know, and just those type of people, just annoying and irritating for that matter. Okay, those type of fucking people. And they're also known for always saying, in my opinion, when you question them enough, for something, and they realize they can't just debunk your arguments fully. Those type of people, extremely freaking annoying. I bet those are the type of people who are the ones who spew the same rhetoric over and over again. Because the truth of the matter is, there have been studies done. There have just straight up done a common sense. People have been exposed to the high life of people for decades now. You know, for the longest time, like in the 1950s and 1960s, you saw like how people lived who were rich in that time period through movies and stuff. 1970s, 1980s, the same thing. Same thing. Through movies. 1990s, same thing. All the way to now, same thing. And I have not seen any degree of a more massive amount of people, you know, committing crimes or this and that because of that, and specifically, of course, as I said before, music is going to be the main example I use for this video. Rap music in particular, to be even more exact. When it comes to rap music, to put it bluntly, I haven't really seen any we haven't really seen a difference. There's people who are exposed to rap music on a day-to-day basis. You know, there's easily tens of millions of people in North America, specifically, of course, younger people who listen to rap music on a day-to-day basis. You know, and how much of them do you hear them say that, oh, they just want to commit a crime just because it's going to make them a lot of money, they can live like their favorite rapper? Never. And there's tens of millions of people. How much crime is there in the United States, is like compared to the amount of people who listen to rap music? Like, obviously, you can tell that the amount of people who actually commit the crimes, is a lot lower than the overall population of people who actually just straight up listen to rap music. So the whole argument that rap music is making things worse is so stupid and dumb and annoying. And it's an annoying cliche that you hear all the time. And people say it over and over again, and they just don't want to change their opinion. But because the truth of the matter, it's not bad. It's there, and it's a good selling point. Which is brings me to my other point, which is that the whole argument that materialism is not something that's needed in entertainment. And the reason why I believe this is stupid too, this argument that materialism is not needed in entertainment because it's making things worse, aside from the fact that the idea that it's making people more likely to commit crimes, is just also down to the fact that, in all honesty, the truth of the matter is, when you have something like entertainment, you have to have something known as a selling point, okay? If you don't have a good selling point, people are not going to watch it. And the truth of the matter is, there have been some people out there who've made music that doesn't talk about materialism and this and that. And how many people fucking listen to them? I remember growing up in the 2000s, and all the people who talked about conscious, stuff, and like Common, and another one could be obviously Talib Kweli, as well as a few other ones as well. No one listened to their music, in honesty. No one listened to their music in all honesty, to be quite blunt and honest with you. Like, who the hell wants to listen to music that just talks about revolution? Like, what revolution are you fucking talking about? Like, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Like, it's just kind of dumb and it's overplayed. And the truth of the matter is, to really resolve issues, you don't rely on music. You have to rely on actually using facts to and logic, specifically through actually like working with the system to change things. But all they want to talk about is revolution, and if it's not about revolution, it's just simply songs about relationships. And even when you get past the idea that people are making music about obviously revolution and all that type of stuff, like, music in general has to have a selling point. It has to have something interesting. Just hearing about relationships all the time and this and that gets boring. And there have been people who have done this stuff, even in today's world, who don't talk about materialism and stuff, and no one listens to their music. Because what the hell are you going to sell to people for that matter, if you're not talking about materialism? Like, everything you can think about that makes music interesting, whether it could be to partying in these really cool ass looking clubs, to maybe traveling to another place, and even, of course, saying that you're rich and this and that, is something that offers people something that they don't have in their everyday lives, which is known as escapism. It offers something interesting and fascinating that they're not used to, for that matter, okay? So the truth of the matter, to think that, oh well, materialism is not even needed in entertainment, is so dumb and annoying and overplayed, and it's irritating. All that matters in the end of the day is, like anything, aside from people knowing that there's no need for, knowing that, this is just entertainment, is also the other thing to also take in consideration, is the fact that when it comes to something like watching this stuff like materialism and all that type of stuff, and entertainment and all that type of stuff, is that people also just simply need to realize that when it comes to this type of stuff as well, that you can't, like, let stupid people, of course, as usual, it's always those people, ruin things for everybody else, because this is what is a selling point in entertainment. It is that type of stuff because it makes things more interesting. And when we don't use that stuff, then no one really want to watch it, for that matter. So what I'm trying to get across here, for my point here, is that my main point is that we need to understand that when you produce something like this, you need to have, like materialism is, you need to have something like a selling point. Materialism is a good selling point for entertainment. If you don't have it, and no one's gonna fucking want to watch it. And that's exactly what I'm trying to get across here, for that matter, okay? And we've seen this numerous times happen before. Who just wants to hear music, like using music as an example, as I was using for this video, Just hear music, somebody just talking about they love their girl and this and that, and that's it. It gets boring over time. People want something else, and relationships can get depressing as fuck, and in themselves can cause a lot of really ugly, freaking situations. For crying out loud, have you seen some of the beefs that have happened, or at least have heard about some of the beefs that happened because of love? A lot, and they're like the ugliest ones you can imagine in your life. So like, that's the truth of the matter, okay? For that matter. So this whole idea that, oh well, materialism is bad and this and that is so stupid and it's overplayed for the first reason, the idea that makes people more likely to commit crime. And then also the second fact of the matter is that when you have entertainment, you have to have a selling point that makes it more likely people are going to watch it. And if you don't have it, no one's going to watch it. So in short, there's nothing wrong with materialism and entertainment.